Satoru Gojo, the strongest sorcerer in history. In the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, there's only one sorcerer who stands above all, Satoru Gojo. His sheer existence disrupted the entire balance of the Jujutsu world, making him the single strongest sorcerer in history. With power that seems truly limitless, Gojo has fought against cursed spirits, monsters, and even what could be considered the devil himself. Gojo's strength is no joke. He utterly humiliated Jogo, who was the mightiest among the disaster curses, despite Jogo surpassing even special-grade curses like Dagon, who could create entire islands with his domain expansion. The sheer terror that Gojo inspires is so intense that all of the disaster curses knew they couldn't take him head-on. Their entire plan to bring about the age of cursed spirits relied on sealing Gojo away and empowering Sukuna with all 20 of his fingers, implying that even with every curse uniting, they'd still lose if Gojo was left unsealed. Even among the most powerful sorcerers, Gojo is on another level. Sorcerers like Yuki Tsukumo, who can create black holes with enough power to destroy the world, are still considered insignificant compared to him. But what makes Gojo truly terrifying isn't just raw strength. It's that no opponent can even touch him. The science behind Gojo's infinity. In a Jump Giga special, two expert mathematicians and Jujutsu Kaisen's editor, Mr. Tano, explored the real-world mathematics behind Gojo's ability. They proposed that his technique creates an infinite gap between him and his opponent, continuously slowing down their movement as they approach, meaning they never actually reach him. This idea is based on Zeno's paradox, an ancient Greek concept that argues if Achilles were to race a tortoise with a head start, he would never catch up. Why? Because each time Achilles reaches halfway to the tortoise, there's another halfway point left to cross, leading to an infinite number of steps. This paradox suggests that motion itself is impossible. But in Gojo's case, his ability makes this paradox real. He bends reality to create situations that should be impossible, like negative apples, meaning that reaching him would require an infinite number of steps. Gojo's devastating techniques. His limitless ability gives birth to deadly techniques. Against Toji Fushiguro, the legendary sorcerer killer, Gojo unleashes Blue, a technique that manifests negative space. This vacuum force pulls in everything around it with immense power, capable of making bodies implode. Toji, however, was prepared. Taking advantage of Gojo's fatigue, he managed to kill the strongest sorcerer. But Gojo isn't one to stay down. On the verge of death, he activates his reverse curse technique, an advanced method that transforms cursed energy into positive energy, healing his wounds and bringing him back to life. Now fully awakened, Gojo achieves something new, Red, a repelling force twice as powerful as Blue. When Red and Blue are combined, they form Hollow Purple, a technique that erases anything in its path. Some argue that Hollow Purple moves at speeds faster than light, similar to the theoretical tachyon, an imaginary particle that exceeds light speed. But Gojo's greatest power isn't even Hollow Purple, it's his domain expansion. The ultimate technique, Infinite Void. A domain expansion is the pinnacle of any sorcerer's abilities, creating a space where attacks are guaranteed to hit. When Gojo faced Jogo, Jogo's domain should have allowed him to bypass Gojo's infinity and deal direct damage. But Gojo had the ultimate counter, his own domain, Unlimited Void. When trapped inside Unlimited Void, a person is overwhelmed with infinite knowledge, forcing them to process all the information in the universe at once. This causes complete paralysis as their mind is overloaded, leading to a slow, inescapable death. Gojo's 6 eyes make him even more broken. Not only are they visually stunning, but they allow him to perceive cursed energy at an absurdly detailed level. He was able to see Sukuna's soul within Yuji's body just by glancing at him once. His 6 eyes also let him use his techniques with unmatched efficiency, which is why he wears a blindfold, to prevent sensory overload. Even when characters like Naoya Zenin are considered some of the fastest sorcerers, they pale in comparison to Gojo. The ultimate battle, Gojo versus Sukuna. In the peak battle of the golden age of Jujutsu, Gojo finally takes on the king of curses, Sukuna, who now possesses Megumi's body and has regained 19 of his 20 fingers. With Megumi's 10 Shadows technique, Sukuna summons Mahoraga, a Shikigami capable of adapting to any ability, including Gojo's Infinity. Gojo and Sukuna clash in an all-out battle, with Gojo unleashing a 200% hollow purple and engaging in a domain expansion battle. The fight is pure devastation, with Gojo pushing Sukuna to his absolute limit. In an insane 3 versus 1 scenario, Gojo fights with one arm, knowing he must defeat Sukuna before Mahoraga fully adapts to his infinity. In a genius move, Gojo launches Red at Sukuna, who prepares to counter, only for Red to curve around and strike Sukuna from behind, leaving him completely open. And then Gojo delivers the final blow, Black Flash. Black Flash is a phenomenon where cursed energy is applied within a trillionth of a second, distorting space and amplifying the attack's power by 2.5 times. When a sorcerer lands a Black Flash, their senses sharpen, putting them in the ultimate combat state. Gojo lands it perfectly, delivering a strike powerful enough to put the King of Curses down. Gojo's legacy, scaling. Gojo's strength, easily planetary, his speed, hypersonic at the very least. But beyond numbers and scaling, what makes Gojo special is how far he's come. From birth, he was destined to be the strongest, but he continued to push himself to even greater heights. He isn't just a sorcerer, he's an anomaly, something beyond human comprehension. Because if there's one thing that's always been true throughout heaven and earth, he alone is the honored one. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow me on TikTok, links are in the description, and let me know in the comments, who's your favorite Jujutsu Kaisen character, and which character should I cover next? I keep hearing people say that Satoru Gojo is the strongest. You might just be right.
Is that right? You could be right. You're so right!